Well, just over 20 years ago, a flash flood devastated Del Rio. 6 people were killed and almost 1,000 homes were destroyed. 3 families who lost their homes during that flooding relocated with the help of the Housing Authority. However, after 2 decades, neighbors say that the Housing Authority wants them out. Eyewitness News reporter Vanessa Croy spoke with the families who say they have no place to go.
We weren't able to get out.
It was a night Miguel Ortiz would never forget.
And all you could hear was screams of people, that they asking for help. It caught everybody by surprise.
In August 1998, Tropical Storm Charlie stalled over Del Rio. The town was hit hard, 15 inches of rain in 12 hours. 6 people lost their lives and thousands lost their homes.
Half of my house got blown away.
The family bought a FEMA trailer and rented a pad at the Village Chacon subdivision. And now, 20 years later, they may be washed away again, this time by the City Housing Authority. Neighbors got a notice posted on their doors last month. They had to move when their leases expired.
Where are we going to go, except this is home for us.
Leaving these elderly neighbors wondering why.
Tuve que ir hasta el doctor porque me agarró los nervios, me agarró ansiedad, me agarró.
Cleotilde Acevedo said she had to go to the doctor because of the stress it was causing. The neighbors filed a lawsuit against the Del Rio Housing Authority and the Val Verde Housing Corporation, accusing them of violating landlord obligations under the Texas Property Code.
For some reason, they just decided all of a sudden that we had to evacuate all this trailer park.
An attorney for the Housing Authority said the residents can move to another housing facility, but neighbors say it's not that easy.
Those apartments, you pay $550 a month, and that's not yours. That's just, and these homes are ours.
And last week, a judge denied a request to stop the lease non-renewal, but these survivors are still hopeful.
I had a house on my own, but when that flood came down, not only me, a lot of lives were lost and homes were lost.
Reporting in Del Rio, Vanessa Croy, KENS 5 Eyewitness News.